Welcome to Over 50 TV. My name is Reyes. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to bounce back after a layoff when you're over 50. And specifically, I'm going to share with you 10 tips that you can use to bounce back. And these are tips that I myself have used in my career when I've had to bounce back from a situation that at that time seemed dark, it seemed bleak. But you know what? I followed these 10 tips, and what I found is this. Things weren't as bad as they first seemed, and I was able to move ahead. I'm going to share those tips with you right after this break. Welcome back to Over 50 TV. My name is Reyes. As I said before the break, in this video, I'm going to tell you how to bounce back after a layoff when you are over 50. And specifically, I'll share with you 10 steps that you can take. These, again, are steps that I myself took when I found myself in one of those situations where it did seem kind of dark, it seemed kind of bleak. But you know what? I followed these steps and I was able to bounce back. And I really believe if you follow these steps, you'll bounce back too. It's not you. I'd like you to repeat those words because tip number one is to think about this. Don't internalize it. Don't personalize it. It's not you. It has nothing to do with you. Whatever the reason are or is that you were laid off, forget about it. Don't hang on to it. Don't let those feelings linger. You've got to let it go. It is, at the end of the day, all about attitude, your attitude, how you look at a situation. And there is a mourning period. I will grant that. But make that mourning period very, very short. And just think, it's not me. It wasn't me. The company either had to move on, make another decision, or they didn't appreciate their workers overall, but not specifically you. So it's not you. You have to let it go. You can't let those feelings, those negative feelings linger because they will hold you back and you'll sit there every single morning with a cup of coffee thinking about what that company did to you. Forget about it, let it go, and move on. Take time off. This is tip number 2. Take some time off. If you can do a week, do 2 weeks, do 3 weeks, do a month, if you can afford it. But take some time off just to take a breath, just to give some thought to where you want to go next. Plan ahead. Taking time off is something that's always helped me. I love walking in the woods, taking a long walk, thinking about what's going on, appreciating the day and the time and the world around me, and of course, appreciating my family and my friends. But take time off if you can. It will help you. It'll help you to clear your head. It'll help you to clear your mind, and it'll help you to plan. Take a part-time job. Any job. I don't care what it is. Just any job at all that will pay you money to help you to pay your bills. Even if you have a little bit of a nest egg or a larger nest egg, take a part-time job. It'll help you to clear your head. It'll help you to clear your mind. It'll keep you busy. It'll help you to generate revenue if that's what you need to do. And again, maybe you have a nest egg, a larger nest egg, a small nest egg, but why dip into that if at all possible? So take a part-time job. Number 4, create a budget. Now, some of you already have a budget that you probably follow religiously, but my guess is there's many folks out there who are watching this video who are laid off, who maybe haven't looked at that budget in a little bit of time. But yeah, you want to create or update your budget with the new numbers. And yeah, look at things pretty hard. Look at what you can cut out at least temporarily and tell yourself this is only temporary. This isn't going to last. I'll have a job. I'll make sure I have some other income in. Try not to touch your nest egg, by the way. If you do have a savings, try not to touch that. But create a budget, a realistic budget that you follow religiously. Step number 5, network. Networking is very, very important. Over 80% of people who find a job find it through networking. Networking will help you, and whether it's you're calling people that you used to work with, people you feel comfortable talking to, or people that are in your industry. Maybe you've never worked with them, but they were contacts that you made at some point. But networking is very important. My suggestion, my recommendation, is to spend an hour or two every day networking. Write out a list of people that you want to contact, maybe even write out a list of organizations you want to contact. Go online, look at some of the job boards, look at some of the organizations, go on Facebook or other social media sites, other social media platforms. But networking is critical if you want to bounce back from a layoff. Tip number 6. Take a career aptitude test. There are plenty of free ones out there. I do have a link in the description box of this video to a free career aptitude test. It's courtesy of Career Fitter. I've done a lot of reviews of career aptitude tests because I believe in them. And I've reviewed career aptitude tests. I found the best ones. I reviewed them, and one of the very, very best is through Career Fitter. I've got a link to the Career Fitter aptitude test. And the reason I suggest this is because a career aptitude test will help you to find a career that better fits your skills, your business experience, your life experience, your personality, and of course, your interests. But check out the Career Fitter Career Aptitude Test. I do want to mention, though, I am an affiliate of Career Fitter's Career Aptitude Test. If you don't want to take one of those particular or that particular career aptitude test, I do have 2 videos. I will put links to those videos in the description box. What I did is I reviewed other career aptitude tests, so check those out. But again, I do have a link in the description box of one. But take a career aptitude test. Tip number 7, update your resume and have someone else look at it when you're finished. Because probably if you were laid off, I'm hoping anyway, there were some signals, so you were already preparing your resume. But my recommendation, my strong suggestion, is to have another person, an objective person, look at it. Not a family member, not your spouse, not a friend, but somebody who is business-minded. Have them look at your resume and give you their thoughts. But you want to update that resume, and you want to definitely share it with somebody who can tell you their thoughts, who can be objective, and who won't pull any punches when it comes to looking at your resume. Tip number 8. Consider starting a side hustle. This is something that I've recommended for the last 3 years or 3.5 years that I've had Over 50 TV, that I've had my channel here on YouTube. And I've recommended it because what I've seen and what I've heard from viewers is that if it is difficult to find a new job, why not have something that you can be building up, that you own, that is yours, that is generating revenue, something that will give you some independence from working at a company who may lay you off down the road. But when you have a side hustle that's making you money, you're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to feel good about your future. But I recommend considering a side hustle. I do have another YouTube channel. It's called Side Hustle Rules. I started that channel specifically to help people who are working at a company and who want something, want some leverage, want some security, want some insurance, so that if they lose their job, they've got something on the side. But you can also use a side hustle to make some extra income. Consider using a side hustle. I've got a link to my channel, my YouTube channel, Side Hustle Rules. I've got a link in the description box. Tip number 9, create a plan. And when I say a plan, what I'm saying is that you will write out where you're at today, where you want to be tomorrow. And tomorrow could be a week, it could be a month, but certainly create a plan that'll tell you where you're going to be in 1 year or 2 years, where you want to be in 3 years, where you want to be in 5 years. Business people who are very successful, they're not looking at tomorrow, meaning 24 hours from today. They're not looking at the end of the week. They're looking at the end of the month, at the end of the year, and at the end of the second and third year. They're planning ahead. And what they're doing is they're focusing. They know what their goals are, and they go towards those goals. They drive towards those goals every single day. And I'm asking you, my friend, to create a plan that will help guide you to where you want to be, where you want to go, and where you absolutely, positively know where you will be one day. Create a plan. Tip number 10. Find a career coach and or a mentor. Now, a career coach will help you when it comes to things like doing an interview, practicing your interview skills. They'll help you. They'll look at your resume. They can help you decide what to put in that resume. A career coach I have found to be very, very valuable. They may, if they've got some experience and if they've got the time to spend with you, because some people who are career coaches, maybe they don't have a lot of time. And if you find someone like that, then find somebody else. But a career coach can be a very valuable asset to you when it comes to planning your future and helping you today. Now, a mentor is somebody who's going to give thought, a holistic thought to your current situation and where you want to go and where you want to be. They're going to be a cheerleader for you. They're also going to be, if you find the right one, they're going to be somebody who's going to give you an objective opinion. I always recommend a mentor. When I started my career in the very early days, I had a mentor who was just telling me like it is, was an honest person, had a lot of experience. I knew I could trust him. So finding a mentor that is objective, that you can trust, somebody with the experience, I recommend it. I highly recommend a career coach and or a mentor. Well, there you go, folks. I've just outlined, and these were outlines of 10 steps that you can take to bounce back after a layoff when you're over 50 years old. And these are steps that I myself have had to take or did take when I found myself, as I said, in a dark situation, a bleak situation, a situation where I thought, I'm not going to get out of this. But as I did say in the very beginning of this video, what I always found is things weren't as bad as they seemed. And I'm sure, as you will also attest to this, that you have found out when situations in your life were bleak and they were dark and you were thinking, I don't know what I'm going to do. You look back at that a year afterwards or 2 years or 3 years afterwards, and you know what? You found yourself in a better place. And that's what I believe will happen to you. Follow these 10 tips. If you've got any questions, go ahead, send me an email or make a comment in the comment box. I also want to ask you to do a couple things. Number one, if you would consider subscribing to this channel. Number two, give us a thumbs up if you like this video. And number three, I'm also going to ask you to do this. Take some time off. Take a deep breath. Think about your situation. And don't let that past, what happened to you, don't let it hold you back. That's all I got for you, my friends. As I always say, have a great day, everybody.